Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Reasons Cowboys must not fire Mike McCarthy after loss to 49ers. After a tough loss to the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys can point fingers in many directions. And Trevon Diggs can fume and fuss about social media. But there are two reasons why the Cowboys must not fire head coach Mike McCarthy after the loss to the 49ers. The Cowboys fell victim to Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and the 49ers in a 30-24 loss on Sunday night. Dallas controlled the first half, but fell apart in the third quarter. Then the Cowboys made a dramatic fourth-quarter comeback attempt. But the big picture needs to be in focus here. And since it's Texas, it should be able to see the big picture. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy should ride to end of 2024 season. Look, the Cowboys don't have the roster to be a true Super Bowl contender right now. That's considering the injuries in the mix. If they get completely healthy and make a blockbuster trade before the deadline, it could change. But as the Cowboys stand now, they're not an elite team. And that's not all McCarthy's fault. He's dealing with the roster Jerry Jones gave him. There's no Derrick Henry at running back, which clearly turned into a free agent decision the Cowboys regret. No coaching change will fix the offense. Only a trade could do that. Now, a coaching change might help the defense, but there's still a softness in the middle that will likely hurt the Cowboys against teams with strong ground attacks. Quarterback Dak Prescott has offered 3 straight games with 2 interceptions. And for McCarthy's part, he thinks taking care of the football on offense will make a difference, according to DallasCowboys.com. "I think it's bigger on taking care of it," McCarthy said. "Just like anything, if you take care of the football every single week, you're never going to lose the turnover ratio. At worst it would be 0-0. We executed takeaways at a higher level the last 3 years. But our opportunities are not far off of the last couple years. So we're getting there, but we're not converting." Of course, the Cowboys have more problems than turnovers. One of them is putting full games together. They completely came unglued in the third quarter against the 49ers. McCarthy said the downturn cost his team the game, according to DallasCowboys.com. "The third quarter was definitely a factor in the outcome, the 3 3-and-outs by our offense and the 1 giveaway," said McCarthy. "You have ebbs and flows of the game, and we definitely stayed in that valley way too long. It felt solid at halftime. We didn't give our defense any relief in the third quarter." A strong reason to keep Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys haven't quit. Yes, Trevon Diggs had what appeared to be an effortless play against the 49ers. And yes, the Cowboys look like a team that quit against the Lions. However, they bounced back strong against the 49ers and had a good half. And then after the third quarter debacle, they came back and had possession with a chance to win. This is a sign of a team that hasn't given up on its coach. McCarthy liked what he saw in the final quarter, according to DallasCowboys.com. "We did an excellent job of fighting back in the fourth quarter and needed to make 1 or 2 more plays," McCarthy said. "And we still had a chance to go down and win it on that last series. We're disappointed. I think our men had a really good week of preparation. There were definitely areas of improvement, but we still have a ton to work on." Another reason the Cowboys need to keep McCarthy right now is the stretch they have coming up. Bringing in a new coach, even if in an interim role, could make that guy look bad. Who would want to take this team over at this moment? Maybe a desperate assistant. Maybe Jerry Jones could convince Mike Zimmer to do it. But it's best to leave McCarthy in charge and see if he can get the Cowboys 2 or 3 wins in this tough stretch. Michael Irvin says Cowboys have to make trade at deadline to save season. Michael Irvin tells TMZ Sports if his beloved Cowboys don't make a move by the trade deadline next week, it could be curtains for Dallas season already. The Hall of Famer made it crystal clear on Monday that the only thing that can save his former team from impending irrelevancy is adding a key piece between now and the NFL's November 5 last day of trading. Irvin said if the Cowboys don't improve their roster with a swap, a whole lot more losses like the one they experienced on Sunday night against the 49ers will be heading their way. They have to do something, the Hall of Famer said. They have to do something. It's bad right now. Dallas' record is currently 3-4, but the team's hardly been competitive in any of its 4 losses. And, even in their wins, the Cowboys haven't looked great. Irvin didn't name any names he'd like to see Dallas acquire, but according to NFL.com, receivers like Diontae Johnson, Adam Thielen and Mike Williams could be available. And all 3 would certainly help out the struggling Dak Prescott. Cowboys predicted to trade for Pro Bowl WR ahead of deadline. It is fair to wonder just how much the Cowboys' Sunday night failure against the 49ers, which appeared grand in scope, will affect the team's approach at the trade deadline a week from Tuesday. It's not the end of the season, but falling to 3-4 may inhibit their willingness to be aggressive, even if a playoff spot remains in reach. The bigger question is whether the obviously out-of-touch owner, Jerry Jones, sees pulling off a trade as a worthwhile proposition. Jones has never been much of a fan of in-season moves. But supposing he was, a move for a young receiver could make sense, with CeeDee Lamb established as the team's reigning star and precious few other options on hand. Jalen Tolbert has been solid but has not shown star capabilities. And injured veteran Brandon Cooks is a free agent after this season and not likely to return. According to CBS Sports' latest 2025 NFL mock draft preview, the Cowboys will have already addressed their need for a number 2 receiver beside Lamb by trading for Carolina star Diontae Johnson, who has a 1,160-yard season to his credit in 2021, when he earned a Pro Bowl berth. Cowboys could make an impact with Diontae Johnson trade. That is according to Josh Edwards of CBS Sports, who has the Cowboys investing in Johnson ahead of the 2024 NFL trade deadline, which comes next Tuesday. He has played well this year, with 30 catches for 357 yards and 3 touchdowns in 7 games. The Cowboys, it should be noted, would not have to give up much to get Johnson, who is in the final year of his contract and has already bounced from the Steelers in an off-season trade last winter.